Hello, this is Dawdler, and this is the first in what is hopefully a series of videos introducing the Ragnarok Online Renewal Update. This here is Sakurai, the Korean test server, and today I'll be showing you around some of the changes, such as interface changes, the Novice training grounds, and some of the lower leveling zones. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here, and we're going to create a new character. I figured we'll make him Mage this time, since a lot of people are pretty interested in the new casting time. So I'm going to set this up here. We'll call him Dawdler Test, and then we'll choose a good hairstyle. This should do. Stat-wise, we're going to set it up pretty well the same as a normal mage. We'll get max dex and int, and in Renewal Luck actually affects lots of stats, including magic attacks, so we'll max that as well. Now that we have our character created, let's log in. So now that we're logged in, you'll notice a few things are a little different. The character status window in the top left is different, and the chat box is a little different as well. So let's take a look at the character status window in the top left here. Move that down, and you'll notice that along the bottom all the buttons are here. Oops. And you can see the world map as well. The world map is actually pretty cool. See in the bottom right there's a little pouring icon. And when you click that, it shows the leveling range of pretty well on the map, so you can go to. It's pretty cool. Of course, it still works just as it did before. So let's close this out, and so you still got all your other buttons, party, guild. Don't have a guild, it's kind of strange, so you can open that up. Quest, and options. So let me move that back, and yeah, let's take a look at the options here. Now battle mode is removed in Renewal, so instead what you have is this new key binding system. If you take a look at the hotkey bar, oops, didn't need to move. There are actually 4 different rows. You don't switch with F12, and you can rebind them to whatever you want. Now you can also go in here and rebind system commands or motion keys. You can set it just by clicking on it and setting a hotkey combination. I don't want to change it, so I'm just going to cancel that out. Another thing you might notice on here is this little box in the top right. This is called the quick bar. It's not bound to any hotkeys, but you can put items up there just so you can quickly double click on it. What I do find a little strange is that there's actually no way to close the quick bar, but I guess it's not a big deal because it's pretty handy. So let's take a look at the character equipment window. It's not drastically different, but it's merged with the status window. You'll notice that some of the statuses are a little different. Hit and flee, most notably, they start at 175 and 100 respectively. It doesn't drastically change how they work though. You'll notice that some of the other stats, they're split into status plus equipment. So you can easily tell where your stats are coming from. And you can actually close the status window if you want. So yeah, let's close that out, and yeah, we'll get started. We'll talk to the girl here. The actual Novice training ground parts is a bit different. You'll notice that there's these cute little illustrations that describe some of the basic actions in the game. Right off the start here, they talk about how to do quests. They got the cat hand guy here. Pretty cool looking, and you'll notice I actually got a quest to continue on with the Novice training grounds. So yeah, let's get going. So actually in the Novice training grounds you got this Troy-like knight NPC here, and who teaches you about some of the basics of using items and equipment. It gives you some pods. Yeah, so just go through that. Yeah, some more of these illustrations. I guess they figure people will be more likely to listen if they show them pretty pictures. I'm not entirely sure they're incorrect about that though. So continue going through. Yeah, let's go to the next NPC. He's up here. I'm not sure why he's so far back. NPC place. Oops. I think I messed up somewhere. What was it? Oh, I think I know. that's it. He actually wants me to equip equipment here before I carry on. It seems kind of slow. I'm kind of lagging, I guess. Alright. Oh, looks like he liked that. Gives me a bunch of pots and supplies. And shows you how to put them on their hotkey bar. And I think I'll listen to him. I get 50 Novice Fly Wings, 20 Novice Butterfly Wings, and 300 Novice Potions, which is pretty generous. So, I don't want to completely bore you, so we're going to skip ahead a little bit here and finish talking up to him. He gives me a Novice Adventurer suit. If you open it up, you'll notice it has 45 defense. That brings up an interesting point. Defense is quite a bit different in Renewal. You can't get 100% resistance like you did before, but the more resistance you get, the less damage you take. So yeah, once you finish up with this part of the quest, you get warped to the next room, because apparently people are too lazy to walk, and you see this group of NPCs. To be honest, it looks a little unprofessional the way all these NPCs are laid out in the Novice training grounds, but they do teach you a lot about how to play the game, so I can't complain too much. In this particular room, you got the Kaffir staff. She talks about the Kaffir services, and you know, just how to find help and get direction in the game if you need it. Once you're all done, this girl here gives you tickets. She gives you 20 storage tickets and 30 teleport tickets, which is pretty awesome. I think at this point on IRL, you only get one of each, or maybe a couple storage. You can't transfer them at all though. So anyways, once you get into the Novice training grounds, you'll see it's a little different. You got your Troy NPC here, and you got this interesting room of NPCs. I'm just gonna kill this pouring because it's there. Each of these NPCs basically describes about the job, and they actually give you these pretty cool books that allows you to use some of their skills just while you're in the Novice training ground. You can't really do it though until the night. Actually, he asks you to get a level before you can use those services. So I'm going to jump ahead a little here, and I'm going to go get my level. It's not too hard even for a mage class. The dagger they give you is pretty good. You notice they actually hit pretty hard, so you have use of those Novice pots, or he can actually give you a heal if you just ask him. There we go, there's my level. So I gotta come back to talk to him, and then once that's over, I'm gonna go over to the mage NPC, and this guy talks forever. Yeah, so go over to the mage NPC and ask for one of those job books. And kind of slow because my connection to Korea is pretty slow as well. Yeah, so there's the book. It actually unequips all your items. I'm not exactly sure why. So put everything back on, and then you'll notice that it gives me a couple skills from the mage class. I'll just put those on the hotkey bar and ask to get my SP refilled so I can use some of those abilities. So I'm just gonna bolt the drops here a few times. Now the Renewal test server is actually 10 times the rates of the normal server, but one thing you'll notice is that even if you take that into account, it's actually quite a bit faster than it is normally on one of the main servers, especially if you're leveling a mage class. It takes forever. Firewall if it drops is not the best idea, but he gets the job done.